We are running. This is the Luzerne County real estate market update for August. We're doing this now because it does take a couple of weeks after the month ends for us to get all of the data in from the month. I realize that it's the middle, almost end of September, but we're doing August to see what's happening. We'll always be doing the month prior. This is what happened the end of the summer. School's going back, the summer season is ending. We're going to cover prices, sales, days on market, inventory, mortgage rates, why this matters, whether you're looking to buy or sell here in Luzerne County. And the overall theme for August is shifting from a frenzy to balance. Ever since COVID, with the limited supply of houses available, it's been what's known as a seller's market. There's way more buyers out there than there are homes to buy. That allows some of the things that happen, pricing going through the roof, people waiving inspections, contingencies, all these things, people going above asking, escalation clauses, all of these things that happened after COVID. Because there are way more buyers than there were homes, well, now inventory is slowly rising and some of the buyers are getting priced out of the market. And because of that, things are changing to a more neutral market. So it doesn't necessarily benefit sellers or buyers. Some sellers are still acting like it's a seller's market 2-3 years ago. They think their homes are worth way more than they actually are. Because of that, homes are staying on the market longer. They're doing more price drops. Mortgage rates are starting to come down a little bit. Buyers are going to have not only a little bit more buying power, but they're also going to have more options as the inventory continues to rise. So they might not have to go all in and go way above asking for a home because maybe there's several homes they might be interested in. Let's go to slide 2 if we can. This is the market at a glance, the key metrics overall. You can read that if you want, but it says everything that we've been talking about. The median sales price is roughly $233,000. That's up almost 8% from last year. So one of the things happening that's important for you to realize is that a lot of people, buyers specifically, have been waiting for interest to drop. There's been a lot of news articles and the president saying he wants to get interest rates way down. That will help the overall economy. In the meantime, though, the prices of homes have gone up and up and up. This is where you've heard that date the rate, marry the house. Because the house, what you're paying for it is fixed. Whatever it is you get to purchase it for, that's the price. Whereas the interest rates change over time and you could always do things, refinance or do a loan modification in order to take advantage of better rates that come. But the people that are waiting for the rates to go down, unfortunately, are making a mistake because the prices keep going up. And so they're going to be buying a house. They might buy it with a slightly lower interest rate, but the price of the house has gone up. In this case, we see 7.8% year over year. The number of homes sold is still down, and that's because there were so few houses on the market, as well as most of them were on the expensive side, and buyers were not able to afford them. Not many transactions happened. The days on market, also this is Economics 101, it's going up from 22 days because there's more choices out there. More people are taking their time, more homes, more supply, with demand coming down equals longer days on market. And in August, there was 575 active listings. Key note there on the bottom that the mortgage rates are starting to come down a little, decreasing even from July. So that is giving a little bit of boost to buyers. But again, that's negated by the fact that there's more homes on the market, so buyers can have more choice. Let's go to 3. And let's focus on advantages for today's buyers. Homes are taking longer to sell. There's less pressure. There's fewer bidding wars, which is better for buyers. 5 additional days may not sound like a lot, but when your house is on the market and you're trying to move on to whatever's next, 5 days could be a lot. We will most likely see that go up and up and up in the coming months. There's more time. More time means better decisions, more thought, and overall more opportunity, especially with the waiving of contingencies, inspections, appraisals, things of that nature. We're seeing way more of those, as well as offers below asking. We went from a situation a couple years ago where almost every offer was at or above asking, and now most are below. The expanded inventory selection. Obviously, there's more homes to choose from. Because of that, buyers have more options, and more options benefits buyers. And the modest rate relief. We already talked about that. Rates are coming down a little bit. The Fed is likely going to reduce the rate the federal funds rate another 1 or 2 more times by the end of the year. That may give a little bit of relief to buyers looking to buy. However, again, buyers don't sit on the sideline. Home prices are still going up. So while you're waiting rates to come down, home prices are still going up, and that's not something you can fix. The price of a home is the price of the home. Let's go to the next slide. Sellers. This is a little bit different graph. I'm sorry for the small font, but the moral story is prices are still ridiculously high. They're up 8% from last year. Homes are selling within a month. You list your house, by the end of next month, boom, it's already sold. And most priced homes that are correctly priced sell fairly quickly. The reason why the overall days on market is going up, because there's still some sellers out there thinking it's 2022 and they can ask whatever they want for their house. At the end of the day, what's most important is a seller doesn't decide what a house is worth. The buyers do. And that means is a home is only worth whatever someone is willing to pay for it. So sellers are stuck in this mindset from a couple years ago that they can ask whatever they want. They're going to get a bunch of people in the front lawn fist fighting over it. And they're going to get not only what they're asking for the house, they're going to get no contingencies and a brown paper bag full of cash for their house. Well, those days are over. And because of that, sellers are still trying to list it was a market that we were in 2 years ago. Because of that, home sales are going up. That means more competition. That means someone can choose your neighbor's house over yours. These are all things that you need to take in consideration. It also makes things that it's not as easy to sell a house. So you have to do things that maybe you didn't have to do in the last couple of years. Staging, presentation, overall marketing all has to increase, because before it was you put it on and in 3 days you have 15 offers, you go through the offers, you go highest and best and you sell it. Now it matters. Getting that curb appeal where it needs to be, maybe doing a couple minor repairs that needed to be done. We said staging, photos, ads. These are all things that are important in today's market. Pricing is crucial. We talked about it. You can't list it was 2 years ago. I know your neighbor's house down the street sold for X amount 2 years ago. It's not 2 years ago. I know your house is nicer. Everyone's house is nicer. You want even more than them. What you want isn't what you're going to get. Again, remember, your home is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. And if your house is on the market, listed on Zillow, Redfin, on the MLS, all these great things, and no one's buying it, it's because most likely the price. So we have to make sure we're pricing homes correctly for today's market, not the market 2 years ago. Sellers do still have leverage. It's not all about the buyer. Again, it's a neutral market, so it's favoring not the sellers or the buyers, but it's very neutral. But you need to adapt in order to stand out if you want the best results. Let's just go to a little bit of market trends here. Economic fundamentals, employment growth. Jobs are raising in Pennsylvania. It's still a good overall market. We're hitting that equilibrium. Things are neutral. So you can't get greedy. Again, you have to give a little, take a little. The higher you list your house, the longer it's going to be in the market. These are all things that people 2 years ago didn't have to deal with that you have to deal with now. So there's a little bit of a graph showing the median price of homes there for you. But here's the outlook. I'm sure this is what you're all focused on. Market outlook, balanced growth ahead. Buyer opportunities, we have enhanced negotiation leverage with longer market times, improved selection as inventory goes up, reduced competition. We're not seeing those crazy multiple offer scenarios. Time for due diligence, even before you didn't have time, but you should always do your due diligence. Buying a home is most likely the biggest purchase you'll ever make, and most people don't take it seriously. They just grab a realtor, look at houses, we want this one, it'll do. And because of that, you could be making some serious mistakes. So always focus on due diligence. You're going to invest hundreds of thousands of dollars into a home. You want to make sure the home is safe and sound and secure, because it's an investment and you want your investment to be secure. So smart buyers who remain pre-approved and act decisively can capitalize on the market. Moving here in the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Seller advantages. You still have equity gains with 7.8% year over year. For August, there's still a healthy demand with the economy overall doing well. Limited competition because a lot of homeowners are locked into their rate, the lock-in effect, as it's mentioned. And what that basically means is a lot of people are sitting on 2-3% interest rates, so they're not going to sell their house unless they absolutely have to. even if they may want to move up or move to a different neighborhood or relocate, and they're sitting on a 2.1, 2.4% interest rate, that's going to be very tough to give up. Because of that, that's limiting the supply. And even though we are still seeing the supply increase, the lock-in effect is very much real. Premium pricing for well-prepared properties. Again, homes are rising in price. They're selling. It's taking a little bit longer, but it's still happening. Now, there's a difference between pricing it correctly and pricing it over what the market is, but the market will always correct. The real estate market here in Luzerne County will always correct itself. If you list too high, you'll realize it. If you list too low, you'll have a lot of offers. That's how you figure it out. Moving into the winter, quarter one of 2026, the market is going to show balance. You'll see more homes come on the market. But with rates coming down, we'll see buyers enter the market that weren't. Luzerne County is transitioning to a sustainable market where informed decisions and professional guidance create the best value for both buyers and sellers. This is a return to the normal times, a traditional real estate where fundamentals maintaining wealth building potential that makes home ownership attractive and achievable if you're doing things correctly. So, next. For buyers, here we go. Shop smarter, leverage inspections and appraisals doing your due diligence, focus on learned time value and neighborhood fundamentals. For sellers, preparation equals profit. Again, price it correct, stage it, marketing. These aren't extras, they're essential. You have to price on recent comparables, not these 2 years ago pricing. You have to invest in photography, staging, marketing, ads. If you're not advertising online, I don't even know what you're doing anymore. And you have to respond to feedback. And in just doing it, you're putting it out there, you're going to get feedback. Maybe you need to do a correction. Maybe you need to do a repair. These things happen. You have to be willing to do it if you want to get the best outcome for your home. For real estate professionals, expertise matters more than ever. It's a neutral mind. You need to be able to negotiate. Again, we're not favoring buyers or sellers. It's neutral market. Focus on education, communication, and your proven systems in order to get the best. This is my last slide. Market updates, neighborhood analysis, professional guidance with all things Luzerne County. Reach out to me. All my contact info is below. And stay tuned. We'll be doing this every month. Thanks so much for your time. Take care, guys.